Can we configure our switches, leaf and spines via CLI? We don't like GUI or graphical user interface. We like CLI better. Well, this is what this video is all about. We will explore how to manage our switches individually. For those who are new to this channel, welcome. I am your host. Name is Dean Armada, and I'm the Cloud and Data Center! Rockstar! And on this channel, we talk about tech careers and certifications, trivia and tutorials in cybersecurity, trivia and tutorials in cloud and data center, and my journey as an IT instructor. So feel free to check out the rest of the channel and consider subscribing. The next thing we're gonna do is to log in and run some commands on the leaf switches. So there are two ways to log in there are two ways to log into our switches. One is by the APIC or directly using the out-of-band IP addresses. Okay, so we're gonna log in to leaf 105. Okay, and here is the first option. We're already in APIC 1. All we need to do is SSH to leaf 105. Okay, so APIC 1, leaf 105, we're going to use SSH. Okay, so from APIC 1, I will just enter leaf 105. And this will ask us for password. Okay, I will just enter the password, hit enter. And there you go. We are now in leaf 105. Okay, and this is very common. What is not common is you access the leaf switches by out of band, which what we're gonna do. And by the way, it's only leaf 105 that we can do this. Other leaves we can't. So just to verify, the IP address is 10.101.10.11. So let's do that. 10.101.10.11. Let me change the appearance to bold and 14. Click OK. Click open. Okay, so we are now asking for the login. It's not leaf. I'll use student-97, and the password is, hit enter. There you go. We are now logged in. As you can see, we are logged in on two different ways. One is via APIC, one is directly via OOB. But nonetheless, we can run commands. And take note, once we are in leaf switches, we can run common commands because these are Nexus devices. Okay, we have limited configuration, but we can definitely use some of the most common commands such as show version. Okay, you will see that it runs NXOS, okay, or Cisco Nexus operating system. Okay, and the format of this output is almost, if it's not 100% the same of our Cisco Nexus 9000. Okay, what else? We can do also show command, but here's the thing: if I hit question mark, it doesn't give us the option, all available option for show commands. It's just I would say different the way they configure this. So in order for you to see some of the options next to show, for example, all you need to do is enter the tab button twice. There you go. So I hit the tab button twice, and from here we're able to see some of the common commands such as show VLAN, for example. Okay, show VLAN. There you go. Well, show version, we've already done it. We can do also show user. Okay, show user. Okay, there you go. We are logged in twice. Okay, one is via, again, APIC, one is directly using out of band. And look at the difference. Okay, look at the IP address. One is our IP address, this management PC IP address, and one IP address is the APIC IP address. Now, what I'm gonna do next is I will show you the VRF. Okay, remember what we talked about when the switch are discovered, the APIC push configuration, where it provides or it configures IP address, routing, VXLAN, etc. Now, those configurations are on a specific VRF. Okay, sometimes we call it infrastructure VRF, and this is called VRF overlay 1. Okay, let me do this first. If I do show IP interface brief, it will give us some of the status of the interface. Okay, as you can see, some of these interfaces are admin up. This is the TEP IP address or the infrastructure IP address, 165.96.64. Okay, and as you can see, we have interface under the VRF black hole. Actually, there's none, but this is one of the VRF. We have VRF under management, okay, which is what we're using to connect via SSH. Now, take note, this loopback is under VRF overlay 1. Okay, if I do show IP interface brief and then I specify overlay 1, okay, it shows us this IP addresses. Again, these are TEP IP addresses, loopback interfaces. Now, the next thing I will do, just to prove the point that these are infrastructure IP addresses and network, I will do show IP route, okay, and then I'll specify the same VRF overlay -1. Okay, I'm gonna hit enter now. And as you can see, this is a routing table, and it learned many different IP addresses, not just IP addresses, but networks as well. Okay, so you will see some 10, well, most of these are 100.65. Okay, and these are host IPs. Okay, well, 165.16, 64, 65, 16.66, and there are too many, by the way. Okay, so there's a lot of 165. Some networks are 100.82 and 183. But if you look at all of these learned networks, they're all learned via IS-to-IS dynamic routing protocol. Like what I mentioned, this infrastructure network are running in our fabric in the background, and these are all learned via IS-to-IS. All right, one more thing. Okay, since we're already here in a switch, okay, if I do conf or conf, okay, so there's no way you can enter the configure terminal, config terminal. There is no such thing, because if you are connecting, or if you are working with ACI, all of your switches cannot be configured directly. Okay, it's actually the APIC who push the configuration to your switches, the leaf and the spines. So that's how we log into our ACI enabled switches. I know you are a little disappointed, but are you not tired of too many CLI command syntax and too many configuration? Well, it doesn't matter. Just hit the like button.